Spring gardening ideas from MacDirect. We caught up with Jared from Organic at Home, who we have partnered with to supply self-watering gardens along with our macrocarpa garden beds, and also an assembly and fill service to Auckland and Hamilton customers. Here's Jared to explain a little bit more about self-watering gardens.
This particular self-watering system is quite unique in the sense that it's set up with a reservoir in the bottom of the garden. This is a garden that was installed a few weeks ago, and as you can see, basically you can see all the grow bags there. They're all separate, but from a distance it sort of looks like it's one thing. So probably the easiest way to show you how it works is if I take one of these bags out. So this one's a coriander, so that gives you an example of how much can be grown in a small space. And you can probably see, actually, if you have a look at just here, you can see some roots. They're just starting to come through, but they can't go past the point where they prune themselves, and they're not going to wrap around in the bag. So you get a lot of produce in a small amount of space. In here you can see this here is the wicking fabric, and basically this sucks water out of the reservoir, and the bags just sit on top of that. The benefits to this system, obviously there's a self-watering part. So the reservoir is large in this particular case. This is the discharge point from the reservoir. So everything below that little pipe there is water. The other thing is that you can contain all of your produce in a smaller space, and particularly things that like to either take over above or below the ground with their root systems, particularly things like mint and that. You can have a lot of different things in a small space. The other benefit is that you can either have things growing or starting things to the side of the garden. And so you might have 5 bags in a little greenhouse or a little area that's nice and sunny, get them started, and then when you've finished your lettuce bag, take the lettuce bag away, put the new one in, and so you've always got fully grown produce where you want it. The entire inside of the garden is lined, and it's lined with a potable quality membrane, which means basically that the water inside it is not in contact with harmful chemicals, but also it means that the timber itself is going to last a lot longer. MacDirect and Organic at Home have gone into a little partnership whereby you can purchase your gardens, which these particular big gardens are probably the best going around. You can purchase them, and if you want to add on the self-watering parts and the delivery and the easy low maintenance garden side of it, then you can basically do it all through their website. The gardening system is it's really good for people who might be a bit short on time, who like the idea of having fresh organic produce, like the idea of having a garden but don't necessarily want to do the gardening, or every time they try gardening it doesn't quite work for them. We've all done that, and that's kind of how I started out with this idea, was to try to make it easy for people.
Big thanks to Jared from Organic at Home for coming and making the MacDirect gardens look amazing with his self-watering garden beds. Go online www.macdirect.co.nz for more information on our spring garden products and our specials.